Hi, everyone. Welcome to The Economy and You. I'm Chris Leatham, and today we're going to be talking with Gina Alexander. Now, Gina Alexander is a lady I met a few months ago who has been a very successful online entrepreneur. She is now based out of Los Angeles, and so we're going to do this as my second only Skype show. And I would like to introduce everyone to Gina. Welcome to the show, Gina.
Hello, can you see me?
I can see you. You look great.
Okay.
So it's nice to see you. You've been in LA for how? But you're from Hawaii originally, is that right?
Yeah, I was living in Kalihi Valley, and actually I was born in Torrance, and then at 6 months I moved to Kalihi, and so I lived there I think until I was 5, but went back every summer to live with my grandparents.
Okay. So you kind of grew up here a little bit, but then now you're mostly based out of Los Angeles. Because I did meet you while you were here. You were here in Honolulu when I met you.
Right. And we were teaching a class on Amazon, actually.
That's right. You were teaching a class on how to do marketing through Amazon.
Correct.
Yes. And are you still doing that?
Oh, yeah, full force.
Full force? Okay, excellent. Okay, well, I wanted to kind of let people know a little bit about your background. Why don't you give us a background how you sort of got started in your merchandising business? Because one of the things about The Economy and You that I really try to do is show people who haven't done online marketing or trying to get started, introduce them to people who have done it successfully so that they can model some of the strategies that you've implemented to find success in your own business. So maybe you could give us a little background how things sort of got started for you.
Sure. Well, I went to the Fashion Institute, and I majored in merchandise marketing. And while I was doing that, I said to myself, wow, this is not really what I want to do. And I started interning for big designers like Sue Wong, and I got the job immediately and started working there, and it really helped me to see what I really wanted to do.
Uh-huh.
And what I really wanted to do was design, but I think I had a fear of I'm not a good designer. So, after being in the fashion industry for many years, I worked for this large clothing company. And man, it was like the movie, The Devil Wears Prada. Have you seen that?
Oh yes. It's an excellent movie. And so there was a lot of good and bad. So you had to learn to take the bad with the good then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, I got my dream job at a handbag company, Isabella Fiore, and I was let go because there was a fight between the owners, and I remember walking around in Hollywood, and I was just crying. And I said, you know what, I'm just going to do my own thing. And I asked family and friends to borrow money. 90% of them said no. But I opened up a little kiosk store down at Hollywood and Highland, and opened up. It did so well. I opened up another store at the famous Grove down here in Los Angeles.
Oh,
and
okay.
Our business just took off, and then I was hearing the buzz that everyone's going online, and
Right.
I kind of said, what is that? And I was scared. But one of my cousins, Alex, he was, helping me see that everything is going on the internet. And so we moved everything into my home in Burbank. The shipping department was in the living room. And,
oh my.
Yeah. And we were, making bags in the back of my house.
Wow.
Printing fabric, and then lo and behold, 12 to 14 months, we did 1.4 million in sales.
That's amazing. That's a big number. We watch these shows where people are going before these sharks on television today, and they're not coming in with that kind of revenue. In fact, they're coming in with a small percentage of that kind of revenue, looking for somebody to back them. Now, did you have backers with your business other than family?
We had no backers. And that's why, when you're in a desperate mode and you're like, man, I need money.
Yes.
Well, that's where we developed the product where you have to pay us up front before we even start your production.
Well, that's a very interesting business model. So people were willing to pay you for the merchandise, sight unseen.
Right, and we never did any advertising in magazines. It was all word of mouth.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. So word of mouth was, your product was just had such an impact. Now, what product? I have to ask, okay, you had a product, but what was the product?
Oh, I'm so sorry. It is the photo handbag. You can go to GinaAlexander.com to see it. But we take your personal pictures, we print the fabric, and we make them from, scratch. We make the bags all here in Los Angeles. And actually, we have a lot of our sales reps that are on this live stream because they're so excited. They sell our bags in Hawaii, and like I mentioned, it started from that little kiosk in Hollywood and Highland. We had women approaching us. How can I sell your bag? How can I sell your bag? And I never thought, oh, that'd be a great idea. I didn't know anything about, direct selling.
So I got to ask though, Gina, what was the inspiration that hit you? I mean, what was the epiphany that you decided that you could put somebody's photograph or their image on a bag? I mean, somewhere like in the middle of the night, did you just wake up and it just like in a dream, or how did that happen for you? Did you just see somebody else doing something similar, or?
Well, what happened, as designers, you get these trend books.
Okay.
And it does a projection from 3 to 5 years. And so the trend was photos, but I never knew, I said, what can I do with photos? And so when we were selling at Hollywood and Highland, I was selling the bags with Marilyn Monroe and Elvis on them. And we kind of mocked up a bag. It was hilarious. And the bag was so, oh my gosh, it was like the worst quality. It was the worst, but you know what? People got it. And one day, I guess there was a Super Bowl here in Los Angeles or something like that. And I said, why are all these people ordering from Oklahoma? And I guess there was a big football game here, and they all picked up my flyer from my kiosk that we could put your pictures on the bag. Next thing I knew, all these people were ordering from out of state. We were getting more orders from out of state than we were from Los Angeles. But some celebrities, sorry, that's Coco. The Kodak Theater was there, and the Kodak Theater was there, and after people were rehearsing at the Kodak Theater, they would come out after their rehearsal, and one of them was Elizabeth Taylor.
Really?
Yes, and she said, and it's funny because as you hear Coco barking, the picture that she wanted to put on there was her dog. I believe the dog's name was Sugar. And so I got to have a private meeting with Elizabeth Taylor. And it's right. Elizabeth Taylor wanted one, then Rosie O'Donnell wanted one. All these,
of their dogs, with their dogs.
Of their dogs.
That's great. I guess they're really, if they couldn't take their dog with them, at least they could take a photo of their dog with them.
Right, and so we saw dogs and babies all day long. It
oh
was
my goodness.
Dogs and babies. It was mothers putting their kids, playing soccer, scoring a goal. It was just that special moment that people would capture, that they they were like, oh my gosh, this moment, this picture, it is frozen in time, and how awesome is it? I could put on a cosmetic bag, and I'm telling you, we have women today calling us, telling us, I have 35 of your bags, and I'm like,
my goodness.
And so we have some, people who just, a lot of times they're like, what do I do with these pictures? We take so many pictures. And so, and then after that, we were approached by Nordstrom and Parisians and Saks. And there's a funny story I do have to tell you about that is is the DMM, the Divisional Merchandise Manager, who is the who's the person who makes the decision what product comes into all the department stores. Well, her name was Pam, and she said, everybody is just going crazy about your bags. They flew me to Alabama.
Uh-huh.
I had no idea how big this was, but I was in a room.
Hey, Gina?
Uh-huh.
I want you to hold off on that story. We're going to go to a commercial break.
Sure.
We have to take a couple of breaks, and then we'll take a break and we'll come back, and I want to hear the rest of this story because this is really fascinating.
Yeah, it really inspires a lot of people. Thanks.
Okay, I'm the Chris, and this is The Economy New, and we'll be right back. Mahalo.
Okay, this is Think Tech Hawaii, and it's Wednesday. Every Wednesday is Energy Wednesday here in Hawaii, the state of clean energy. 4 to 5 p.m. every Wednesday. Come and listen to us. And just to show you what I mean, I'm going to ask Sharon to tell us more.
Come and see us every Wednesday, as Jay said. And we have people like Jim Albers from HECO here and co-host Ray Starling here every Wednesday. We not only go on Olelo and OC16, but also stream live. So please come visit us, hear about the latest in clean energy.
Okay, Jim, you've been here. You got any comment on all this?
As important as energy is in all of our lives today, this is a great forum and a great format to vet those issues. So I encourage everybody to listen in and participate.
Okay, Ray, what do you think for a close?
Well, I think this is the greatest show in the energy world here in Hawaii. You can come here every week, 1 hour, and catch the latest on what's happening and hear from the people who really know what's going on, like Jim Alberts. We appreciate your coming today.
Thank you.
Ray Starling, Sharon Moriwaki, Jim Alberts, and Jay Fidel here in Hawaii, the state of clean energy. 4 to 5 p.m. Wednesday. Aloha.
Perfect.
Aloha.
Okay, we're live. Hi, I'm Chris Leatham, and this is The Economy and You. Today's guest is Gina Alexander, a successful online entrepreneur. And I wanted to bring Gina on today because Gina is the epitome of success. She has done the merchandising, she's done the online marketing, she's gotten celebrity endorsements. And Gina, I'm so sorry to have cut you off, but I would like you to kind of recap where you left off and finish your story, please, because I think this is something for everybody to hear.
Yeah, I was just mentioning how having a little store in Hollywood and Highland, and we were, I guess, word of mouth, the Nordstrom and Parisians got wind of it, and I guess customers were coming in and saying, do you carry the Gina Alexander handbag? And so they flew us to Alabama. I didn't really realize how big this was, and I was sitting in front of their all their managers of their department stores, the divisionals, the buyers, and they basically said, Gina, you're the poster girl for the photo handbags. We're, and I just, that's where I really saw how a product could scale and leverage by that. So it was just been an amazing ride and
now, how many years ago was this that you first started the Gina Alexander bags?
18 years ago.
18 years ago, and they're still selling like hotcakes.
They're still selling. We're just ramping up for Christmas right now, and so it's just been amazing. And I guess as long as we thought it was going to end in 5 years, so we're already planning an exit strategy. But as long as there's pictures, people want to put them on handbags. So
now do you have an example of one of your bags with you?
Yes, I do. Let me go grab it. One moment.
Just going to grab one of the bags, okay. All right, well, I know that talking with Gina earlier, when she started this business, she basically started from nothing, and she basically used every resource she had because she didn't have access to startup capital. So Gina, you're a little bit to the, there you go. Yeah,
So
can you hold it up? Okay, that is so cute. Oh my goodness. Now, do these bags come in different shapes and sizes, or are they essentially one size?
Yeah, we have over 30 styles, and basically it's just a simple shape that presents your picture beautifully. And these are two of my daughters. And the one thing I did forget to mention is that one of my main motivations was to raise $20,000 to adopt my first daughter, Katie, and
Wow.
and so it was amazing how just everything fell into place for a good cause. And we call Katie the heart behind the product because she was the motivation on me to make this happen.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now,
And
I have to ask, how old is she today?
she's 13.
She's 13. My
Yes.
goodness. Wow.
Yeah.
You know, that's just so awesome to hear. So it sounds like one of the key things, though, with your bag is it really sort of hit people's heartstrings that they could take and do something, you know, something that they really felt on their heart that they wanted to put on the bag, and you gave them an outlet to do that. Now, how long were you in the store before you started doing the online marketing?
We were probably in the department stores for 1 or 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then we started going, we got our website. I was so grateful that Gina Alexander URL was available.
Mm-hmm.
And so we kind of did it at the same time. It was actually at the same time. So,
Uh-huh.
mm-hmm.
So now, one of the things that we talk about in the new economy is being able to do online marketing. Now, you have leveraged social media and Amazon as a means by which to market your product. Is that about right?
Correct.
Okay. So, and this is an area because, it used to be in the old days that you'd go down and call up your local newspaper guy. He would send an advertising guy to come around, and they'd sit down with you and they'd develop some ad copy, and you'd approve it, and then it'd show up in the local newspaper. And
Right.
that was advertising in the old days. That's how you did it.
Correct.
Or you did a radio spot, or you did a TV spot. But social media marketing is a far more sophisticated animal. Yet, if you're really good at it, you're able to leverage that far better than you could have previous means by which you would advertise. So,
Right. Mm-hmm.
So tell us a little bit about how you sort of have kind of climbed into the social media world with Amazon and sort of use that now today, because I think that would be helpful to a lot of our listeners.
Right. And you have a lot of people who they say, I hate social media. I don't like Facebook. I don't like Twitter, but they're missing out on a lot of money. And when I had a friend, my friend Dina Winter, said, Gina, you would be great you would love Facebook. And I went on Facebook and I said, no way. I said, I don't want people to know my dirt, and then what happened was I found my second grade best friend, Gina, who now lives in Atlanta. And I've been always thinking about her. And finally, I found her on Facebook, and after we connected, I was sold. And
Really?
so, right, and I just started adding friends, and I really didn't. People ask me, "Did you take any Facebook classes?" I said, "No, I just did it every day." And actually, Mari Smith, who works for Facebook, named me as one of the top engagers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because one day I sold $28,000 worth of my handbags on Facebook because I was on Facebook and I answered questions for 24 hours straight.
Oh, my goodness.
And, actually, that's where my affiliate program started because I really didn't have one, but mothers and aunts and women were just asking, how can I sell your handbags? I get stopped. I'm tired of writing your website on a napkin. And how can we do this professionally? And we wrote $28,000, and some people said, well, how did you write it on Facebook? Well, I drove them to my website. And in the box, this is really important, is like, how did you hear about us? Because I also believe in direct response marketing. I love Dan Kennedy, and I love Ryan Dice. So, I was following these guys, and they were talking about direct response marketing. I said, well, what is that? And it's like, direct response marketing is where where these sales are coming from. Because I was in Vogue. Vogue Italy did a big spread on me. And did you know I've only gotten maybe 1 or 2 orders from that ad?
No kidding.
Yeah, and
Isn't that
actually,
amazing?
it was a free ad for me.
Uh-huh.
Free story that they did there that actually was better than an ad when they do a story on you.
Right.
And I'm telling you, it's word of mouth, and Facebook gets the word out, especially if you know how to leverage and ask your friends to help you and ask your relatives to share this. Like, you have to specifically ask them, hey, can you please share this with like 10 of your friends? And they'll do it. And then the word we just, hit over 10,000 on one of my Facebooks, and all my personal Facebooks have maxed out to 5,000 because I never knew that it maxed out to
Yeah, it
5,000.
maxes out at 5,000 friends,
Yeah.
right? Yes.
I said, well, you got to do a fan page. I said, oh, so see, I never took a class. I learned through my mistakes, really. And it's been amazing. My husband and I, we've been able to get the message out. We also use Infusionsoft, which is a CRM, and I'm telling you, Infusionsoft, it has a system where it tags people on what they like.
Well, that is sort of the creme de la creme of contact management solutions, isn't it? It's sort of it has all the bells and whistles for
and you
for
really
marketing.
It took us 2 years to learn it, and so we see a lot of people quitting, but it's like, you don't. I think that's the one thing, how we've kept our doors open, is that we didn't quit. Because we did get hit in 2008, and he said, oh my gosh, what you mean? I lost one of my nice homes, and but I didn't. People just said that's just the life of an entrepreneur, and I said, oh, okay. So I got back up, and I'm doing better than ever. Our sales have tripled.
Wow.
We have, and we'll talk about this later, but I've outsourced and delegated a lot of the work, not to take away from the work from America, but we delegated things, that can be done through the internet, through virtual assistants in the Philippines.
Oh, really?
Yes, and it has changed our lives. And
so does that free you up then, by doing that? Does that free you up to allow you to focus on how to grow your business instead of just handling the day-to-day operational tasks?
That has helped me to pass on, because I'm the type of person, I want to do everything, right? I want to have, but it's not it's not healthy also to do that. I mean, my blood pressure was up, and I was stressed. And I found this, and at first I was real skeptical, but then I saw a friend do it, and how they increased their sales because they were able to focus on the sales. And that's, we even didn't get rid of our manufacturing, but we even outsourced a lot of our manufacturing because it's very hard to do the manufacturing and to do the sales. And my strength is sales. Like, I'm a promoter, and so. Just and the bags make it easy to be a promoter. Because,
it does. I'm so remarkable. Now, you're also leveraging Amazon?
Yes.
Okay. Now, can you talk a little bit about how you have used Amazon in your business model, and how have they been helpful?
Okay. So the number one thing about Amazon is they have a list that I will never, ever be able to attain unless I am a billionaire, like Jeff Bezos. And so what's great about Amazon is that we use FBA, which is Fulfillment by Amazon, where they take care of the shipping, they take care of the customer service, they take care of everything, even the marketing.
Really?
Yes. So
and that's called Fulfillment by Amazon. That's actually the title of the service?
That is, if you want to be a professional seller, you have to ship to FBA, because what happens if you just want to sell on your own and you want to ship out of your own garage or something like that, you're not going to get that much leverage. But if you're with FBA, you go on a platform that markets, into their algorithms, and if you put it, if you're looking, for a hula skirt or something, Amazon will have it there, and so it markets. It's like, the way I look at it is they have 244 million credit cards on file. which I would never be able to do that. And they're not just credit cards on file, they're active credit cards.
Oh, okay. So now, how does that help you? I mean, one of the things with fulfillment by Amazon is that you're shipping it to various warehouses. Do you do that yourself? Or do
Yeah,
you send
they,
it?
they send us, we put in a ticket on how many units, and then they divvy it up into distribution centers. And we have to put it in certain boxes. If like 50 pieces go to Arizona, 100 pieces go to Philadelphia, we have to put them in separate boxes to the distribution centers. They send us a packing slip with the barcode and everything, and then we just ship it off, and it's in their hands. And what's great is my husband Richard has become really great at listing and ranking and reviewing and doing Amazon ads, that we have things selling daily. And one of our students is doing $700 to $900 a week on a iPhone cover. I developed these iPhone cases.
Wow.
And she private label, because we do focus on private label, because it's hard to arbitrage is when you buy from another manufacturer.
Right.
But it's hard because what if the 10,000 people want to order and you can't fulfill that order?
Right, that's right. So when we come back, we're going to take another commercial break, and we come back, let's talk a little bit about how you have found new ways to leverage your business and your online merchandising. Okay, we'll do that when we come right back. I'm Chris Leatham, and this is The Economy and You. Today's guest is Gina Alexander, and stay tuned. We'll be right back for more. Thank you.
Aloha, this is Reg Baker, and I am the host of Business in Hawaii. We talk about positive stories of businesses in Hawaii, how they have been successful, and how they have overcome some of the obstacles that a lot of us encounter when we try to have a business here. And believe it or not, there are a number of positive stories here, and we want to talk to all of you. So we broadcast live every Thursday at 2 o'clock, and it rebroadcasts again on Olelo Channel 54. So I sure hope to see you next time. Please tune in on Thursdays at 2 o'clock. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Cindy Matsuki, and I host High Growth with HTDC, where we talk about all things tech, innovation, entrepreneurship, and manufacturing, because there are tons of things that are happening in Hawaii in those fields, and we like to share them with you because more people should know about them. This show broadcasts live every other Tuesday at 3 o'clock on Think Tech Hawaii, and tune in, and we'll see you then. Thank you.
Hi, I'm back. I'm Chris Leatham, and this is The Economy and You. Today's guest is Gina Alexander, and today I'm interviewing Gina through Skype. Just love technology. Technology just allows us to do such cool stuff. Hey, Gina, I wanted to talk to you about a couple of things. How did you seed, and how did you've actually, one of the things that you do now is you teach online marketing to other people.
Right.
And how does that help you to seed and leverage your own business? And why did you decide to do that?
Well, when you want to become an expert at something, you teach it. So Richard and I make it a point to attend every conference that's credible, where we can learn, about marketing, about funnels, about campaigns. And so one of the things that we have seen that the internet and even Amazon changes by the millisecond. So it's really important to keep up with what's going on. Like, I make sure I join a lot of Facebook groups, because I learn a lot from the conversations and from what other people are experiencing. Like, there was a girl there that we had in one of our talk shows, and she was tired of being a waitress. Her dad sold products, and right out of the gate in high school at age 17, she started doing $10,000 a month.
Wow, that's amazing.
Right, so it gives an opportunity for people, that because when you sell online, especially through, if it's Mercado Libre, which is the Amazon of, Central America.
And that's called, what's that called again?
Mercado Libre.
Mercado Libre.
Yeah, and
Okay.
they're the Amazons of Central America. And then, you go to these conferences and you learn, wow, you mean I could sell in Amazon Japan and I can sell in Amazon Europe? And
Wow.
it's possible. And the internet, we were just selling locally in the USA, and the internet brought us globally. We have customers from Europe and, Iceland and Germany, which we would have never been able to capture if the internet wasn't around. So,
Uh-huh.
we were able to leverage that way. And we never thought it would be possible.
So now, when you go to these classes and you meet other entrepreneurs, do you actually work with them to help them get their business launched, or how is it that you sort of help them get themselves going?
We do it all through the internet.
Okay.
And then we'll maybe have a live event quarterly.
Uh-huh.
So, it really is important to connect with people, face to face. I feel that's still important. Even some people say, oh, well, you could just work through webinars and, Google Hangout or Skype with this. But I really think it's, if that person's going to be a big player with you, it's important to meet with them personally.
Mm-hmm. Now, are you planning to come back to Hawaii anytime soon?
Yes, I am. I just heard that UB40 is coming there in Maui, so I think I'll be there in January. I tried to go there for the Janet Jackson concert, but they're sold out.
So now, if you come here, I got to convince you to do a seminar while you're here.
Absolutely, we would love to. Yeah, we travel there all the time. We have a lot of relatives there, so I'm always there for weddings and birthdays. So absolutely, Hawaii is always. I hopefully would love to live there one day.
Yeah, yeah. Now, if you're going to be doing an event here, a seminar here, how can people find out about dates and times and location?
You can go to our Facebook. It's called Gina Alexander University. And also you can go to GinaAlexander.com and opt into our newsletter, and that's probably the best way to find out all that we're doing. It changes by the minute, and we got some exciting things happening. I'm also writing 8 ebooks.
8 ebooks.
8 ebooks on.
Just in case you get bored, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm just sharing what I'm doing in my life, and it's working. And I think the key is that you never quit, and you always, as an entrepreneur, the training never stops. You're constantly training and learning new skills, because that's the one thing that people can't.
Right.
Where you get 100% ROI on your investment is your skills.
That's right, because if you're not willing to invest in yourself, why should anybody else?
Exactly.
And I think there's two things. Today, well, in the old days, they used to talk about a work ethic, but today it's not only a work ethic; it's also a study ethic.
Right.
You have to work and study because
Exactly.
things are changing and moving. And if you don't want to get left behind and have technology be an asset to you and not a liability, you've got to study.
Correct. And we have, a 70-year-old lady who was discouraged, but now she's learning the internet and she's making money off of e-commerce. And so there's so much opportunity. I heard there's even a blind lady who is selling on Amazon and is doing over 10,000 a month.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. That's so awesome to hear.
And so you could do this. You could do it. You can go anywhere in the world and do this if you have a laptop.
Yeah, that's what you need. And so when you come here, now if people want to learn more about some of your strategies or find out about your ebooks or videos, are those also posted on your website? You do video training also, right? I've seen videos on your website.
Yes. Yeah, the best way is to get on our newsletter at GinaAlexander.com or go to our Facebook, Gina Alexander University, and connect with us that way. And I'm there. I'm answering people's questions there. I feel that's important. I have friends who have multi-million-dollar companies and they still answer the phone, and I think that's very important.
So if people wanted to ask you a question, where would they go?
They can email info@ginaalexander.com.
Okay.
And just email us there, and I check that email as long. My virtual assistants check that, and they'll forward the questions to me, and we'll get their answers answered right away.
Okay. And can you show that bag one more time? I just want to let people see your bag, because I just think that's just such an amazing piece of merchandise there. Yeah, and that is just so cute. And
our biggest fans is Kobe and Vanessa Bryant.
is that right?
And it was really wild because Kobe said on a show, he talked about our bags, and I'm like, oh my gosh, he's talking about our bags. And then he said, yeah, Gina's one of my good friends. My jaw just dropped to the ground. And see, like a person like that, they want to find something that's unique and personal, because they can always get a fancy watch or something, but this, he makes this for his relatives, for his mom, and he puts his girls' pictures on there, so it's really...
Of course he does. Of course he does. Yeah, that's amazing. Well, look, I think they just brought, we brought up your website, and we're just taking a look at it. It talks about holiday deadlines coming up. Now, how soon, if somebody wanted to order merchandise from you, how soon do they need to get their orders in for Christmas?
Okay, so Thanksgiving is usually the time when we like to have people turn their pictures in. But December, if they send a picture in by December 1, then they will most definitely get it before Christmas.
Awesome. And you've got all your bags on your website?
Yes, they're all there.
They're all there.
In January, we come out with our new styles. I actually fly to Milan, Italy, and I'll be working with some of our designers there. We're going to have a whole line of new handbags that the women are just going to go nuts over.
Wow, that's so exciting. That's very exciting. That's awesome. Okay, great. Well, Gina, I'm so happy you were able to come in on the show. We've been trying to connect with you for quite some time now, and I'm so glad that you could do this with me today. And I'm just sorry your husband's not around. Have you kicked him out today? Is he?
He is with the girls, and he's like the cheerleading dad. So
Oh, that's awesome.
He's taking care of the girls, so he's really doing his.
Thank you so much, Gina. Thank you for being on the show today.
Thanks, Chris, for having me, and hopefully we'll see you in January.
You bet, and I'll see you here in Hawaii when you get here, and just give me a call, and I'll see if I can round up a few people to come to your seminar.
Awesome. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you, Gina. Thank you for being on the show today.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Chris Leatham. Thank you for watching today's show, and I hope all you aspiring entrepreneurs out there got a few words of wisdom out of today's show, and I look forward to seeing you again next week here on The Economy and You. Thank you.